honey buns, and what is up? Do you know that summertime is around the corner and we need some cute outfits to go outside? Let's get started. HoneyBuntv.
You making me wanna spend this money, gorgeous, all on you, girl.
Welcome to part 1 on how to make a bandana outfit. First things first, we are going to get started with the skirt portion. And as you can see here, I am literally just picking out the bandanas that I'm going to use. And everything is going to be in the description box below. So I am getting started on the bandanas that I'm going to be cutting up for my skirt. And I will also put the the mathematical equation. I was a bit tongue-tied, and y'all know I meant mathematical equation, okay? So now let's move on to see how long we want our skirt to be, which it is going to be 17 inches for me and how many ever inches for you. Now, these bandanas already have a hemmed bottom, so we really don't have to hem them when we get to the end of the video and get to the end of the skirt. Now I am going to place my bandanas on top of each other and just make sure that I am cutting them out evenly and that they are all lining up correctly, because we are going to be also cutting and matching small pieces together, which you will see shortly. Now, like I said, we are going to be cutting and matching small pieces together, so this is exactly what I mean. As you can see here, again, everything does not line up, so I'm making sure it does, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this down the middle. And I don't have an exact length of how long I cut them, or width of how long I cut them. I just cut them to the point where I'm like, okay, this will be cute to make a little panel or a little pleat. Played with the colors a bit to make sure that they coordinated to my eye, but of course sometimes you really don't see how things come together until the end. So I'm just taking my time and I'm pinning each one together, top and bottom, to hold until we sew. Now, as you can see, I have my measuring tape spread out, and this is just to double check and make sure that I have the correct length as my measurement of my waist, which it turned out to be the exact. Now that we have made sure that our measurements align perfectly with our skirts, we are going to go ahead and sew the pleats as exact as they are pinned. So when you pinned everything together, of course the bandanas are facing perfect sides to each other, which means good sides to each other, right sides to each other, okay? After you have finished sewing everything together, you are going to go ahead and make your markings for your pleats. Now I wanted 16 pleats, so with the math I got 2.25. so as you can see here, I'm going over 2.25 spaces. After that, with the dashings that I made, I am going to take 1 and place it on top of 3. So as you saw my hand there, my right hand was holding 1 and my left hand was holding 3. After that, you are literally going to go to the next dash and count that as 1, 2, 3, as you saw me do there. Match the points up, my little markings, and then you're going to place them on top of each other. So if you don't remember, 1, 2, 3. 1 and 3 are going to go on top of each other like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. After that, what we are going to be doing is we are going to move the pleat over half an inch. So this was my measurement, and depending on what you get, it may be different for you, but I moved mine over half an inch. And to know how much you are going to go down on that pleat is going to be determined by how far your waist is from your hips. So mine was 9, so I went down approximately 8.5 inches instead of 9, as well as move the pleats over, back half an inch. And after that, you're just going to go ahead and, as stated before, take your time with going down and making sure those pleats are clean. Now that we have that finished, we are going to go ahead and install our waistband. Now that line that we sewed on, as you can see here, I'm just making sure again that everything is up to the correct measurements. But the line that we had sewed on is the line that we are going to place our waistband on. So let me show you. So you are going to be placing it on top of the line. You're going to sew it over, and then you are going to flip it over and sew down. So as you can see here, I am doing exactly what I told you to do, sewing that waistband on top, and then we are going to fold it over and sew it back down. And after you sew it back down, this will be the closing of the skirt. We are one step away. We sewed it down and the skirt looks good. Okay, and now we are going to install the zipper. I'm not sure where the footage went. If you guys want me to upload a video on how to install an invisible zipper, I sure can. But all you have to do is literally, as we sew down the pleats, is sew down this zipper. And as you can see here, I'm getting ready to sew it down and close it, and this is how it should come out. Now that we've done our skirt, we have finished part 1, and now we are going to go on to part 2 on how to make the corset.